everybody has a natural flow to life. Everybody's heartbeat's different. Everybody's rhythm that they walk in is a little bit different. So a couple of days ago, I was driving along and I heard, when was the last time you followed the path of your heart? And I thought to myself, I think it's been like 5 months. It's been at least since October. Where did my path to my heart lead me? So I drew it out. I learned some neat tricks recently. So I took my path, because time flows through your heart chakra. I took that and I threw it in front of me. And lo and behold, I could see on the highway the directions where I needed to go. I was like, okay, this is interesting. I haven't done this before. I've thrown magic around, but I don't think I've ever thrown my path around to where I could physically see it, which is very, very interesting. I ended up driving around in some of the most beautiful scenery I have ever seen for over 2 hours. Granted, I was at my destination whenever I started this. And I just started driving around. I drove an hour out of where I needed to go, and then I drove an hour back. I guess is how it ended up. 2 hours, whatever. But I had an amazing time. I was just literally following my heart and going with the flow, whatever the flow felt in my heart. And I had so many epiphanies on that trip. Every single time I would start overthinking something, I'd look up at the sky and it'd be full of clouds, like so many clouds you couldn't even see the sky. Except for you could see a couple of rays of the sun trying to shine through. Just telling me that I'm not meant to know everything. I'm not meant to see exactly what I'm asking for, exactly what I'm thinking about at that time. That's not something I need to waste my energy on. That's not something I need to waste my thoughts on, because that's not meant for me to know. Other times, I would think about different parts of my path, what exactly I would want, what exactly I would do. Because as I've been driving around, I've been grounding. One of my gifts, one of the natural gifts I do have is grounding. So much so, whenever I thought I really needed help grounding, but it turns out in the spiritual world, I was actually going through the ground, at least up to my ankles. And I wasn't allowing myself to move forward easily because my feet were in the ground. Obviously, if you've waded through water, it's really heavy to walk through water. The ground's a little bit heavier because it doesn't move like water does. So think about that. I wasn't allowing myself to move forward. And recently I've realized how powerful my grounding actually is. So I've been grounding areas. I've been grounding states. I've been grounding highways. I've been grounding buildings, which is amazing. So I drove around grounding different areas I touched. And I believe you'll be hearing quite a bit more about Alabama here in the next 2 to 3 years. It's getting rid of a lot of shit. And if you know Alabama's past, it has quite a bit of shit to get rid of. So, following your heart can be super scary, But there are things that only you, and I mean only you, can do the way you do it. And that's exactly what the world needs right now. That's exactly what we need. So don't be scared to follow your heart. It's just trying to show you the way. It knows more than your brain does. So follow it. Follow your truth. Follow your aligned path. You can't go wrong.